Welcome to the Shoulder Strikes MMA podcast. You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box. Welcome to the Shoulder Strikes MMA podcast. You are now listening to the Hot Take Hot Box.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Shoulder Strikes MMA podcast brought to you by the Hot Take Hot Box. It is a beautiful day in the middle of May. My name is Matt McSweeney. I am joined by the Ty Capone here to talk about UFC St. Louis. St. Louis. This card is not great, but I think there's a couple opportunities to make some money here. Hopefully I stop myself from betting every single fight on the card and losing every unit that we won or I won last week, Ty. You're going to bounce back this week. I can feel it in my bones. I know you have some locks, some winners. Are you excited for this card at all? Is this something that you're just going to be like, whatever, it's going to happen, and then I'll go back and watch it later?
I don't think there's really much meaning on this card. There's not really any positional battles for rankings or anything or any title shots on the horizon, but the main and co-main I think are interesting. Matchup-wise, I think there's some good matchups also, just kind of all up and down the card. So at least there's that. I mean, the first couple fights are, who really cares? But I'm excited to see our boy Billy Goff. Veronica Hardy, our girl. She made a lot of improvement. Dan Hardy has really completely turned around her career. Baby Shark, McKinney and Ribovich. That's going to be, first one to get hit is dead. Fight Chase Hooper and Borshev. That's a very opposite. And then our dude, our boy, Robellis, kicking off the main card, Mr. Despain against WCA. So that should be, who knows?
Who knows, indeed. I am very excited. Let's get right into it. I shouldn't say I'm like hyping this up like I'm like fired up. I'm not super excited, but and I'm not happy about the main event. Definitely not happy about this. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna be there. It is what it is.
Neither guy's from St. Louis. I don't really get it.
Yeah. Where does Derrick Lewis hail from? Where is he's Houston, right? He's like a Texas guy.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Remember, because he had his fight in Houston and he completely folded. Whenever there was any sort of pressure on him, he just completely melted down. How about UFC St. Louis, headlined by Derrick Lewis and Rodrigo Nascimento? I can't find the odds for this though. They don't have.
I guess Derrick Lewis, St. Louis. That's why they put him in the main event. So
right.
I guess that makes sense.
Of course.
Yeah.
Here we go. I finally found them. Derrick Lewis is a minus 165 favorite to Rodrigo Nascimento's plus 136, 135. Nascimento coming off of a unanimous decision victory over, that's right, Don'Tale Mayes, ladies and gentlemen, and then two split decisions against Tanner Boser and Ilir Latifi. Ty, this is horrific. That's the best way I can explain it. I'm not going to lie to the people out there. I'm not going to lie to you. This is about as bad of a main event as you can imagine the UFC putting together. I don't understand why they keep doing heavyweight main events. We have talked about this many a time. There are so many weight classes, so many fights that can be made and put into 5-round fights, and we could be excited about. I don't know what casual fan out there is going, oh, the Black Beast is fighting this weekend still. I think that excitement has gone a long time ago. So I don't know why we're still doing this, but alas, we are doing it. But I think, as sad as it is, Ty, I think this is a Derrick Lewis spot here. I don't see it as any other way than probably it's got to be TKO, right?
Yeah, I mean TKO is not far off his money line, so I think that's what tells you everything you need to know. Maybe round one, but I think that's getting a little too specific, and I've had bad luck getting specific. So, yeah, just straight up, I got Lewis TKO minus 145. This is a big step down in competition. Historically, his takedown defense is pretty good unless he's against elite guys, and even then, he's still pretty decent. Rodrigo Nascimento trains at a good camp, but I've never really been impressed with him ever. He knocked out Alan Badeau, and then he popped for drugs. So. And ever since then, it's three straight decisions, 2 splits against Latifi and Boser, 2 guys who are pretty much tweeners between light heavyweight and heavyweight. So that gives me a lot of pause. Got knocked out early by Chris Dawkins when he wanted to stand and bang with him. He actually fought Mays twice before he popped for drugs. He choked him out in the second round. That's pretty much what he does, I guess. He's got a lot of submissions, but I think he's going to get knocked out early, just like Chris Dawkins knocked him out early. He's the better striker is Derrick Lewis by far. I think he's going to hit him with an uppercut. It's historically what he likes to go for, especially against a guy who might try to dip under the big shots. I'm not sure what his plan even is going to be in this fight. Because like I said, in the last Don'Tale Mays fight, he didn't even get in a takedown, I don't think. And he got outstruck, but he had a little bit of control, and he won a fight that was not good, I guess, is what I'll say. Got taken down by Latifi. Took down Bozier, but again, it's not a good fighter. Derrick Lewis is going to smoke him, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of after the Almeida debacle of a fight that was, where it kind of was just him getting mounted the entire time and just standing there and fighting with his hands and not letting him really finish him. And now we're going to give him kind of a layup. That's what it feels like, at least. Obviously, Nascimento could, I guess, maybe take him down and submit him. I see. I guess there is an easy
Almeida
path.
couldn't.
Yeah,
I know Spivak did.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like I don't know. I guess everybody's game's different. I just don't think Nascimento is that kind of guy to be able to just manhandle Derrick Lewis and take him down. If he couldn't do that to Alir Latifi and Tanner Boser, why would he be able to do that to Derrick Lewis? And I get Derrick Lewis. The argument could be made that he's cooked. I just don't think he's this cooked, And I think Derrick Lewis has shown that he can beat the upper beat the lower level of competition that comes his way. He may lose to the Cyril Gans and the Pavloviches, and I guess Tuivasa wasn't a great loss, but Tuivasa was on a heater at that point. Daniel Cormier. Junior Dos Santos knocked him out, which is insane that happened. But he can beat Ilir Latifi, Blagoy Ivanov. He can knock out Curtis Blades. He can knock out Chris Dawkins. He can knock out Marcos Rogerio de Lima. So, I'm going to go Lewis TKO minus 135. I think that's a safe number, and I actually like this bet. How about Joaquin Buckley after his, I was about to say electric, but kind of just like, what the hell is happening finish against Vicente Luque in AC, where Vicente Luque pulled guard and then let his head get bounced off the canvas a multitude of times. He is fighting Nursultan Ruzaboyev. I know everyone's like, who? Some people are like, who's that? Then you're an idiot. You're not a fan. No, I'm just kidding. I don't like doing that. But Nursultan, I poke God, just picked up a W, I believe the same night, right? I think that was an AC against Cedriques Dumas. He, maybe a little bit of a poke here or there of the eye, and then he uppercut and finished him on the ground. Thanks for coming. No tears or love lost here for Cedriques Dumas, as he has been arrested 1,000 times. So he's not.
A lot of people are saying that's karma.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's not for me to. I'm not the karma police. That is not for me to decide. But let's go to the odds, Ty. I would imagine that Joaquin Buckley is a slight favorite. I would have thought that he would be a little bit of a bigger favorite to Ruzaboyev's plus 115, 104. Was that a car horn that I just heard? I don't know if that was. I don't know if I'm tripping.
That's very possible.
All right, yeah. So Joaquin Buckley is slight favorite here. Ruzaboyev is a much bigger guy, though. What's he stand at 6'5"?
Well, he's 6'5", and he was the biggest middleweight. He was the tallest middleweight in the UFC. Now he's moving down to welterweight, so he's going to be the tallest welterweight. Also, he just fought
a month
and a half ago.
Yeah, a month and a half ago. Yeah.
So that's a quick turnaround, and you're moving down even further in weight. He does have skinny legs, so I guess maybe there's some tall man defense to him. But also, dude, I have this feeling that Buckley's gonna get smoked. Maybe not smoked, but eventually there's gonna be a big shot. He's fought taller guys who have given him fits. Remember, Kevin Holland beat the brakes off him.
Yeah.
Imavov, I know he got close in the third because Buckley has some pretty good cardio, but he outpointed him. He hit him with the bigger shots. And he's been knocked out multiple times, 4 times in his career. I know he's on a nice little three fight winning streak, but you got to kind of put in perspective who he fought. And even before his two losses, he had a 3-fight winning streak after Rico. None of his wins are good. Luque Morono, Fiallo, Daraev, Alsan, Antonio Arroyo, Jordan Wright, and Pixagonai. So I know it's kind of unfair to do. He won those fights. He showed up. He knocked out multiple of these guys. I just think Ruzaboyev, I guess the big question is, what's his grappling look like? He has 20 subs. It seems like he gets a lot of chokes. He has that long reach. He actually has the same reach as Buckley, despite being 7 inches taller. I can't get the image of Buckley getting hit and stung out of my head. And I think Ruzaboyev has quick hands. He has some nice low kicks. He does a really good job of catching low kicks, like what he did against Bruno Ferreira, how he caught that low kick and in one motion somehow knocked him down and then finished him. He's done that before in his career. So that's something that he does very quick. Even if you do kick his legs because they're kind of skinny, right? You want to try to eat them up and slow him down. He has that right hand ready, cocked, ready to hit you with a straight right. So he's got good solid boxing, nasty uppercut. He absolutely dismantled Dumas's eye just off one of those. His other eye, not the eye that he poked. So yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe he can get a sub. We haven't seen it yet. From what I've seen in his regional scene tape, it gets a little sloppy, his grappling. The last time he lost 5 years ago, he gassed out after beating the brakes off that guy, Moroshenko, whatever his name was, the Belarusian.
Yeah.
Miroshnichenko. There you go. All right.
That's quite a name.
Yeah. And so I'm not a big believer in Buckley, and I think maybe this is maybe this is me just being a fan of Ruzaboyev, but maybe it's a spot where you can get him to take his first UFC L because there hasn't been much footage on him. He's only fought for 4 minutes, so I don't know. I trust his explosiveness, his kickboxing. Buckley's chin is definitely his durability is a concern. I think he might have to be the better all around guy. He might be juiced up fighting at home.
Yeah.
But sometimes he darts in, very explosive, but he gets a little wild, gets a little hooky, and I think a straight shot down the middle is gonna find him. Maybe a knee or a front kick, something. I know they've. But also he's punching down. Buckley's punching up. I think that's going to matter a lot. I got Ruzaboyev TK inside the distance plus 175.
Wow, you're going inside the distance, and I like that though, just because
I can see a sub. We haven't seen it yet. I don't want to. The odds are kind of close. TKO sub. I don't want to bet. I don't want to be on the wrong side of either.
I'm going to bet money line. I'm going to go 115 on the money line. I just don't trust any of the methods or any I don't really know how this fight plays out other than I believe Ruzaboyev's going to win. I think he's the better guy. I don't know. Maybe Buckley is, survives and is durable and it kind of winds up being a point fest from the outside. I don't trust it. And I could also see where Buckley gets sparked or he gets rocked and then subbed on the ground. That's what I'm saying. I see all options. I see all methods. So that's why I am going to stay away from the inside the distance props and I'm just going to go money line. My plus 115, you're going to get the inside the distance at a good number would you say plus 170, I think is what I saw on here as well. Plus 175, you can get it at 200 on here. Yeah, it's plus 200 is what you can get it at. Betway. Shout out to Betway. Anyone who gives us good odds, we are a fan of. And again, if you want to sponsor this podcast, give us some money, and we will just strictly use your odds. There you go. Let
us know.
There is the courtesy call for everybody out there. How about Alonzo Menafield? 15-3-1 against Carlos Ulberg, the most handsome man in all of UFC, the Black Jag, getting back
Mr.
in there.
DMs.
He is 33 years old. I didn't think he was that old, but he just submitted Da Un Jung the last time out, which is pretty. That was a feather in his cap.
Didn't see that coming.
No. Of course, we probably had TKO. I think we actually had round 1 or 2, I believe. Mr. Menafield, he is coming off of a Dustin Jacoby win, unanimous decision victory, which I think was close at times, but he really did just outlast Mr. Jacoby and kind of
knocked him down.
Yeah, knocked him down a few times. Menafield hits hard. So let's see what the odds are here. We have plus 220 for Menafield to a minus 265, 275 for Mr. Carlos Ulberg. Ty, Ulberg, he obviously, the hype is behind him. Ever since his loss, I believe was it Kennedy was the one that kind of right? Yeah, because he kind of gassed himself out. He was hitting him with everything. Then he had nothing left in the second round. He really learned from that, and he's some of these wins are not against the greatest of opponents.
Yeah.
But again, he's winning though. You can't he fought Mr. Nick. I don't remember
Mr.
that.
Nick, it went Fabio Charant, the Water Buffalo,
Yes.
or whatever he's called. Tafan and Chukwi, your boy, Mr. Nick, Ihor Potier. I mean, that's just a run of just slugs,
That's quite a round of slugs. I'm just getting my phone is vibrating off the chain right now. I'm trying to figure out who's texting me, why they're texting me. But everybody, I don't know here, Ty. I don't know. Menafield in his career has been knocked out one time, and it was by Ovince St. Peru in 2020. So that take that for what it's worth. He's fought a lot. Not exactly fought the greatest competition. What is the TKO number here? I guess would probably be the way Ulberg wins, minus 103, 105. Do you like that, Ty? Is that do you think he finishes Menafield?
I don't know. I really don't know about this fight.
I don't think I might
Menafield's-
stay away from this.
I feel like Menafield's a decent little dog. He's 4 inches shorter, but he's got basically the same reach.
It's older.
Training in Colorado, Menafield is now. So some of the cardio issues that have plagued him before, we'll see if they've improved at all. He has big power, huge left hook, but he's also been caught with the same left hook a lot.
Yeah.
That I've actually noticed. Funny enough, so. I wonder if he'll also try to be the first fighter to take down Ulberg in the UFC. He has 100% takedown defense. He's been hurt before the same Ulberg. He's also mismanaged his cardio multiple times.
Sure.
Quick hands, moves around well, sticks and moves, good jab, good powerful leg kicks, and like you said, against Da Hong Jung, even flashed some grappling. I think the volume and pace favors him here, but if Menafield is a little bit younger, maybe I'd pick him, but I think there's been some very, very inconsistent performances from Alonzo Menafield. The William Knight fight was a terrible look. The Jimmy Crute fight, that was a draw. It was just, I know he dropped him and hurt him, but he even got stumbled. He got taken down. He almost got choked out. The Devin Clark fight back in the day, he got absolutely run through, and OSP ran through him one shot. So I'm gonna take Carlos Ulberg. I'm not gonna bet anything because I kind of don't. It seems like a big line. Maybe he finishes him, but I feel like it has to kind of be early.
Yeah, I would imagine that I could see him catching him, and I was just like, oh my god, this guy's power is legit, and we start having that conversation next week. I don't like anything here though, numbers wise. If the TKO was in the plus 140, 50 range, then I probably would like it a little bit more. I don't know. I just don't. There's nothing that really it jumps off the page to me here, so I'm going to stay away. But I am going to pick Ulberg as well. Probably bet TKO in my private life. I gotta chill out on these these fight nights where I start betting everything under the sun, and then I'm confused when I'm down 6 units after the night. So, how about Diego Ferreira getting in there against Matus Renbetsky? There's an N in there somewhere.
Somewhere.
I still haven't found it, but he's coming off of a armbar of Roosevelt Roberts. When is the last time? Diego Ferreira is a plus 320. 300 underdog.
He has a fun
to Rebetsky's minus 400 favorite. I think that is a accurate number. Last time he fought was 2023, May of last year. He fought Michael Johnson and he knocked him out. So
he was losing that fight, I think, before that too.
I think he was as well. Before that was 2021. He lost to Gamrot. He lost to Gregor Gillespie, who literally just disappeared into the ether. That is still an insane thing that he got.
Yeah,
he got sent into orbit, and then no, I'm sorry, he lost to Fid. Yeah, he lost to Gregor Gillespie. That's right. I was tripping for a second. I don't know if I said the right thing. I'll never forget when Kevin Lee kicked his head into the stands. That was wild. But this seems like a absolute Rembetsky spot. I just don't know Is it TKO, because that is plus 135 to the submission, which is plus 500. Inside the distance is minus 135. Ty, I think the TKO would probably be the number here. I don't know if he would want to mess around on the ground as much as he normally would against another guy, because Bruno. There's so many Fajedas. Diego Fajeda is a jiu-jitsu practitioner of sorts.
Very good too. Yeah,
he's
one of
very
the
good.
better scramblers in the division too. At least in the first round. The problem is, he's 39, turning 40 soon. I think. I think he's a bit more live than the line says, but as soon as his cardio fades, he starts to wilt. Striking is also solid, so I feel like again in the first round he's gonna, there's a chance he wins. I don't know. Rembetsky's a very odd fighter, right? He's 66-inch reach for lightweight is insane. He's got like a bowling ball build, short, stocky. Wants to swing that big left until he closes distance and tries to chain wrestle. Really,
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, if he wants to play in his guard early, but also his pace should just weigh on CDF, and then I think it's over late. Honestly, I think he finishes him late. Maybe round 3 is an interesting number if you play that in our private lives. I don't know what it is, so maybe try to bring that up. But he does have a couple arm bars. I'm not saying he's going to submit him. I'm not saying you should try to. But if the guy gets tired and maybe he just looks for a way out. I don't know.
800, 700 is Rembetsky to win in round 3.
Oh man, I'm just saying it's decent number.
That is a good number.
Plus 375 in round 2. So I don't have a bet. I don't have a play, but I do favor Rembetsky by like late stoppage.
Yeah, I'm going to go TKO. I'm just going to stay with it. TKO plus 135. I don't really love it because I could see a world where, like you said, he did really just a lot of chain wrestling. And he does it a lot. So that's what I worry about. And I told myself I wouldn't bet him TKO again because he doesn't really necessarily look for it. It sometimes just kind of happens. But he's gonna knock out Diego Fajeda. That's what I truly believe it. So I can't not just sit here and bet something else just because. How about Bruce Leroy getting back in there? Wow, I know Ty has said multiple times this guy was going to be the next one. He was the next BJ Penn, I think is what the exact guy that he tried to say he was. I was like, were you sure about BJ Penn? Like, he was really good. He's going to be better than him. I was like, okay. So you still got time to do that. Sean Woodson, 11-1-1, the sniper. I like the sniper. I always have.
One of the many snipers we have.
He won a close decision against Charles Jourdain. He beat the Bazooka before that. The draw to Luis Zaldana. He just kind of finds himself in these
He's losing that fight too.
Yeah, he kind of finds himself in these weird fucking fights where it's like he should win and then he shouldn't, and then he's just like it's real close for a while for no reason. I don't know what I would like here, Ty. This to me screams like Woodson decision. I don't know if that's the favorite number here. Probably Woodson wins by decision is plus 100. And that seems like right. Woodson TKO is plus 400. His submission is plus 1100. Caceres is 1200 and 750. So I think the favorite here is to Caceres to get the submission. I don't really know if that's going to happen or see that happening. So, yeah, and Woodson doesn't really knock people out. So I'm going to go Woodson decision plus 100.
He does have some sneaky submissions. He keeps doing grappling matches. He just had one with Nathaniel Wood. He got choked out by Pat Sabatini. He hasn't got a UFC submission in a couple of years, so he does have sneaky submissions, but all in all, I don't think his wrestling is that good. He's also just a very awkward fighter. He keeps it close usually. I think both guys kind of remind me of each other, not like necessarily technically, but they both fight close. They're both a little inconsistent. I don't know how to feel about both of them. Caceres has worked a lot on his all-around game. Really, he's gotten better late in his career. He took his lumps early, and lately he's been much better. His wrestling defense has improved so much. His kickboxing has improved. His cardio has improved. A bunch of stuff that was kind of, that used to make him lose fights when he got choked out early against Kron Gracie. Jason Knight choked him out. I don't know how he lost a split, but he lost one to Yair. He got knocked out early multiple times. And now lately, he was competitive with Sadiq Youssef. He was competitive with Giga Chikadze. He ran through Daniel Pineda, wasn't able to finish him. Knocked out Joey Narosa, which isn't the most impressive thing, but I didn't see that coming from him.
Yeah.
Choked out Sung Woo Choi. So, like I said, lately he's been a lot better. He hasn't. I just I feel like Woodson is also somebody who's wrestled a little bit more lately. When he fought Jordan, he implemented a little bit more wrestling. He's also been throwing more kicks lately. Usually he's just like a point fighter boxer. So he's adding a little bit more to his game. He's taller. He's longer. I think he probably gets it done. Sean Woodson is, and the problem is he takes some time to get started, like a lot of guys with a boxing background. But once he settles in, he's good cardio. He's very smooth, very crisp, moves well. I think Woodson's decision is probably the play here. And I'm not going to take it just because I'm not that confident in either guy. I know. But I have some plays coming up. I got some plays coming up. So I'm going to stay away. I do have Woodson's decision. Yeah.
I like that.
I could see a close decision is basically why I'm staying away. I could see it being a split. Both guys fight close. They remind me of each other in similar-ish ways. So, yeah, I'm going to stay away.
I like that. I don't, I wish you would, play it and have some fun, but I don't blame you.
You wish I would, like a kitchen cabinet. Nope.
Yeah, all right. And there is another word in there that we can't say. We are not legally obligated to say. But Woodson decision is my play, and Ty likes the pick, but he's not going to take it on the card. Smart man. It's usually smart to stay away on UFC fight nights. Go do something else, is what I always like to tell people. Please do not do this to yourself. How about this, Ty? We got... I scrolled all the way down. I was already looking at like the early prelims fights. But we got Robles de Spain, a favorite of one of of us here on the podcast against Waldo Cortez Acosta, who is 11-1. Every time I bet him, he does the opposite of what I want him to do or what I think is going to happen. Salsa Boy, shout out to Salsa Boy. I think I took him TKO.
Salsa Boy against the big boy.
Yeah, against round one against Arlovsky. Couldn't finish Arlovsky. So that landed him on the DNB. And Mr. Despain will never be on the DNB. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say never.
I guess it depends what happens this weekend.
There's always the possibility that he gets cleaned out here early on, and that's that. Ty, I don't know if I like this though. That this is not a big jump up in competition, but I mean, What do we think's going to happen here? Do we think that there's we haven't seen Mr. Cortez Acosta go to sleep in the cage. He's definitely gone to sleep
Mr.
in the ring.
Put him out
in the squared circle. He's gone to sleep a few times, but in the cage we have not seen him go to sleep. So he is relatively new to MMA as well. It's only 3 years that he's been in the game. I think the Spain is so explosive, so long. So he's gonna find a way. I just don't know what the number is for us to bet here that we would be comfortable with. I don't know if a minus 180 TKO for the whole, or 160, I'm sorry, is a good number for us. So that's what I'm wondering. Is round one minus 105, plus 110? Is that something that we could probably, get after? Or I guess we don't really want to bet on the fact that he might go to a second round. That doesn't seem like a smart option. What do you think?
No, not smart option at all. I got Robles to Spain first round TKO.
Love it. I think I'm gonna bet the big boy as well. He's 35 years old. He's at
yeah. I just think Cortez Acosta. Dude, he has an 8-9 inch reach advantage, which is kind of crazy. Cortez Acosta, he has that baseball background. Then he went to boxing. Now he's in MMA. Good jab, good low kicks. But I'm indecisive how I feel about him because he has no power. He takes leg kicks on purpose, it seems. Doesn't check him at all. And he always takes round two off. So he wants to get it to round two. Not that he would take it off against, I guess, in this fight. But I don't like him. I don't like him in this spot. I think he's fighting somebody dangerous. I don't think he is that dangerous. And I think he's going to get knocked out early.
So what do we have? What's the number you think on that?
Plus 110?
Plus 110? That seems right because it doesn't, once you start getting into the lower weeds of this website, it doesn't really give you the number here because it starts to. I don't understand. I'm gonna call bestfightodds.com and just say, hey guys, you need to get your shit together. All right, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of your website not working the way I want it to. And just fix it. Honestly, fix it, and I'm sick of it. What do we have? I'm trying to find the different options because I might method and round combo, which is, let's see here. You can get some good Cortez Acosta lines here. How about plus 105 is on here, and plus 110 was another option on the other website. So I'm gonna go. We'll both take that. The Spain TKO plus 105 for round one. Might as well just ride till the wheels fall off, and we'll figure it out later if Mr. Despain gets into a firefight with Waldo Cortez Acosta. Ty, this is your Super Bowl here. Chase Hooper. I know you love Chase Hooper against Vyacheslav Boryshev. The Slava Claus. He's getting back in there. It's the first. He didn't fight all that long ago, right? I guess Sadigov draw the night of the Prohashka Pereira fight. I don't know. Was that the right call? I don't really remember that. That was a close fight,
I
wasn't
thought Sadikov won. I think Borshev got a scorecard in his favor. I'm not really sure if I remember, though.
Yeah, majority draw is what they have on here. So I guess, maybe it was kind of just that would be piss me off so much if I had a card go my way and then the other two were draws and I still lost. It's just, or not lost, but didn't win. Yeah, I guess is the right way to say it. But let's go back and find ourselves some Chase Hooper odds. Chase Hooper really made us look stupid the last time. Now he's plus 120 to Vyacheslav Boryshev's minus 145, 135. Last time Chase Hooper was out, he looked like a killer. Jordan Levitt ran through him like he was nothing, made it look easy. I don't know if that's going to be the case here, though, Ty. Well, what do you? I'm worried. I'm worried about betting because Chase Hooper has always been like a fade, an automatic fade for me. But I mean, Boryshev is scary. He's very scary on the feet. He's scary, explosive athleticism. I just don't know. Maybe Chase is getting better though. That's what scares me.
Yeah, and Borshev is like not a good grappler at all. I think he's also very easy to get a hold of. I will say in the Mike Davis fight, it looked like he improved a little bit defensively. He didn't get finished at least, and he was kind of fighting off some positions. But I don't think, this is just a clash of styles. He wants us to keep it standing. He's got the pro kickboxing experience, and Chase Hooper is the grappler. I mean, his wrestling isn't very good, but he still closes distance, and sometimes failed takedowns often work in his favor somehow, just the way he grabs onto you and twists you up and he somehow, get you to the clinch, get you to the ground. Striking, like you said, has improved, but I just, again, don't think he wants to do that. I think Borshev has some really good low and high kicks. He hits hard and he lands often. So I don't know. Whatever happens, whatever I think happens is the opposite will happen probably.
Yeah.
I would just side with Borshev by knockout or just even this decision. I think he's going to dominate most of this fight. I will stay away. I have no idea how this goes. I have a couple picks coming up locked in the chamber for the prelims. So, I don't know. I could see Hooper, submitting him. I know it hasn't happened, but I could see it happening, and I could see Borshev knocking him out. So, I side with Borshev. Not sure. Really not. I'm very, very on the fence about this one.
Yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on Borshev's grappling? That's what I feel like it's good enough to maybe keep this where he wants it to be, but Chase Hooper,
36% takedown defense. Yeah. Sadikov took him down 4 times. Davis took him down 9 times. DeCasey took him down 11 times. Even Dakota Bush and Chris Duncan got him down twice. Again, I will say it's gotten better. I think against Mike Davis, he was in some bad spots, but he was able to fight off of it, kind of push him away from him. Sadikov, again, he was able to get that to a draw. He's improving. I know it's his one weakness. It's a very big weakness, but I don't know. Man. I think he's making a couple adjustments. I think he's, it's not really his game for Chase Hooper to just, wrestle fuck you or anything like that. Just like kind of like freak movements. And, if you make the wrong step, if you try to grab him, he'll just do something and get you to the ground. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm very, very on the fence. So.
Yeah, I really want to take like Chase Hooper submission or something along those lines. I don't know. I don't trust it, so I'm not going to take it. I'm going to stay away. It's smart. I have to stop trying to do this and trying to force picks when I don't really feel I feel good about them. But yeah, I would probably take something Chase Hooper related just because it just seems like it's the tide is turning towards him getting better and not being the bum that I thought he was at least a year ago, or just being a complete mismatch in the striking field, because he was bad for a while. I mean, it's still not great, but it is getting better. How about Terrence McKinney, your boy, 15-6, getting in there against Esteban Ribovics. I know you said Esteban Ribovics was a bum. You saw him working down the street from you, and you spit on him every time you see him. No, Terrence McKinney is plus 140. I'm just kidding. I'm just having some fun. Minus 165 for Ribovics. Ribovics the favorite here, Ty. I know this is killing you inside. I know you're probably gonna fire your boy T-Rex. You can't let it go. I know it's gonna be a crash and burn situation when eventually it's time to walk away from Mr. Terrence McKinney.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Look, listen, this is how every McKinney fight's going to go, right? Like I said before, he would beat anybody in the world in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Possible. Conor McGregor, bring him on. 3-minute McKinney is the mythical GOAT, I think. Even Conor, when he's juiced up at 155, he would smoke Conor. Just easy work.
Come on.
But absolute hell on wheels, first 2 minutes maybe. It depends. Depends how we're looking. Not pressure, head kicks, takedowns. He has some good wins, and he also has some rough losses, right? I think it was very impressive how he went through Zion that quick, how quickly he passed him from Matt Frevola, 7 seconds. His other wins, Brendan Marat, Mike Breeden, Eric Gonzalez, not great. And his losses, again, pretty much anytime he leaves the first round, he's getting finished. And Drew Dober happened in the first round, but the second part of the first round after that would have been such a huge win for him. Yeah. And it kind of just set him back a little bit, but he's also been flying knee a couple times. After the first round, he's cooked. He's just cooked. So if you like the live bet, second round, as soon as the first round ends, if it does, you take Ribovics. There you go. Ribovics has good cardio, decent boxing. He's got good power. But I will say his takedown defense, not very good. He does have some Kimuras on his resume. He does have some submissions, but I think he's not that hard to take down. He's been dropped early in fights. He's been taken down easily in fights. I think that's a bad recipe for fighting Terrence McKinney. I got Terrence McKinney in the first round.
Wow. Round 1 McKinney. He can't walk away. It's never going to be time to walk away.
Can't do it.
Round 1 McKinney plus 300. Nothing wrong with it, man. Riding with your guys. I'll never fret a man for riding with his guys. I'm going to take Ribovics TKO. I don't think that. I think I am now of the belief that McKinney is horrible and he stinks, and he is more of the Mike Breeden than he is any of these guys that he claims to be with or be fighting against. Paddy Pimblett would have killed him. And so let's just get all of that out of the way before I say Ribovics TKO plus 125. So there you go.
I think McKinney sub round 1 is the best play. I think he's going to take him down and submit him easily. Rear naked choke. But I got first round.
Yeah, that would really piss me off. I'm not going to lie. That would really piss me off if that happened. But then it would just open up an opportunity to fade him next time because the numbers would drop. Yep. And
when he fights Poirier, he's winning.
He's never going to fight that guy. If anything, he should fight your other guy, the 125er, Lacerda.
Yeah. Win or go home. Win or retire.
Yeah, when is Lacerda getting back in there? I hope we get a regional scene fight soon lined up so we can do a live watch along for it. How about Tabitha Ritchie? Tabitha Ritchie against Tisha Torres. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Tisha Torres.
Tisha Pennington.
Not to be confused with Tisha Pennington, but her name on Tapology is still Torres, so I have to be respectful of the Tapology. Well, then Tisha Pennington is getting in Torres there. Pennington. What do we have on the betting website? We have Tisha Pennington. We have Tisha Pennington. We actually have odds for both. So, well, I'll let you know which ones are better. Which one's better? You're getting better odds on Pennington than you are Torres right now. So that take that for what it's worth. Tabitha Ritchie is a minus 145 favorite to Tisha Pennington. Oh my God, it's gonna fuck me up so bad. Plus 120, 122. Ty, I ask you. This seems like a Baby Shark spot. These gals, I should say, are very similar in their fight style, and the fact that they are little and they just throw fucking heat the entire time, and it's like a fucking like whirling tornado through the octagon, and then eventually it ends and someone wins. I don't think. I mean, especially Tisha is not exactly the. She doesn't. I mean, she would have trouble finishing her dinner if you put it in front of her to use one of your.
So she just finished them.
Yeah. So what, dude? I mean, so what? Who cares? And Tabitha Ritchie, on the other hand, what? Well, I mean, what are we gonna lie to these people? She has 4 finishes. She's not exactly a known finisher. So, Ty, I'm probably going to. I would probably bet Tabitha Ritchie money line here.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good enough number.
Tisha just had a kid, I think. 2 years
Oh,
ago.
which one? Oh, no. Which one? Torres or Pennington?
I'm not sure.
Fuck.
I think maybe Torres. So we have to take Pennington, but she is older. I guess we'll see how she looks after the layoff. Takedown defense historically is not that good, but I think Tabitha Ritchie's is. I don't know.
No way she just had a kid. Did she?
Yeah. Like a year and a half ago, I believe.
Oh, man, that's not good.
Historically, though, Tisha Torres is much better striker. Hits harder, throws more, has a deeper bag striking wise. Maybe she's lost a step, but Tabitha Ritchie, the way she got backed up, she backs up a lot. I don't really know what her game plan is. Sometimes she got backed up against Loopy the whole time. She does have a black belt. She can sneak in an armbar. I got Tisha by decision. And that's
taking that on the card?
That's my play. Yes, I am.
Wow, you're a sicko.
Plus 150.
You're a sick individual.
How?
You are a sick. Let's see if we can get better odds on Pennington or
She
Torres.
should have won. She should have won her last fight against Mackenzie Dern. Should be on a 4-fight winning streak. I don't want to hear it.
Plus 170 here for Pennington. Let's see what Torres has to offer. Torres by decision is plus 165. So Pennington again getting the better odds.
I remember you had a play on Richie when she fought Nanon Fiorot. That was a brutal one. So
did I actually? I wouldn't be surprised by that, to be honest. I have trouble remembering all of these fucking losers that I bet on here. Pennington decision plus 170, and now we keep it moving. I'm not going to take anything. I don't want anything to do with that. No, I mean, she's got 2 different names. I'm staying away. How about I believe have. Oh my God, I am so backed up. My internet is melting down.
It's our boy, man.
But Trey Walters, I know that's your boy, Trey Walters.
No.
He's getting in there against Billy. Don't call me Jared Goff. The last time we saw Mr. Goff out there, he was beating the world down, man. He wasn't playing any games when Kinoshita was in there against him, and he beat the shit out of that guy. That was not.
He beat the Kinoshita out of him.
Yeah, he beat the Shita out of his ass. And Trey Waters. When was the last time we saw Trey Waters? I don't recall.
When he fought Josh Quinlan, juiced up Josh.
Oh right, yes, and
it was like a year ago, I think.
Juiced up Josh, and he beat him up pretty good too, didn't he?
Yeah, he juiced him up pretty well.
Yeah, he definitely gave him the juice. That was his UFC debut. We have Jared Goff is plus 135, 140 to Trey Waters minus 162, 165. Why are the odds this way, Ty? Do you have that's a little confusing to me. I don't know. I guess we're just big Billy Goff fans here on the pod. I probably am going to take Billy Goff money line.
I also am. I think Trey Waters. I mean, dude, he's 6'5", 77-inch reach, ridiculous for that weight class. And
what?
Goff has the tendency, unfortunately, to get rocked almost in every fight, and usually early. When he fought Smatrisky, he got head kicked right in like the first 10 seconds. Kinoshita hit him with some shots. It's just something he does. He has 10.22 strikes landed per minute, which is insane in UFC. Only 2 fights, but Jesus. He's a junkyard dog. He's got some solid wrestling. I like his striking, like when he's getting the forward pressure. I think he has more cardio and power, finishing upside also.
Sure.
Again, he just gets rocked. I feel like he needs to get hit. It's kind of like what's that fella's name? Nate Landwehr. He just needs to be woken up a little bit, and then he kind of gets into the flow. He's tough. He can come back from adversity. Both his parents growing up, I think, were alcoholics. He's had a tough life.
Jesus Christ! All right, John.
Both
Anik.
of them. Yeah, both of them. I do think kickboxers could give him issues. I think he has some lazy, bad tendencies. Like sometimes he misses a low kick and he does a little slow spin. Next thing you know, guys in your face. Just random shit like that. He's 25, so he's got some learning to do. It's almost like he needs a half round to get warmed up. I don't like that. Really don't like that. Again, I think he might be able to get out hustled, out kickboxed by somebody that has that advantage. I just don't think Trey Waters is that good. He's tall, he's awkward, good jab. He can fight at distance, but he fights it with his hands down. Tries to be flashy. He doesn't really use his advantages as he should. Cardio isn't very good. As he gets tired, he becomes very, very hittable. The LFA fight before he got to the Contender Series, he was getting beat. He was getting smoked, controlled against the cage, taken down, backed up the whole fight against the fuck was that guy's name? Benjamin Bennett. Like who? Mr. Alaska, they call him.
Jesus.
If his nickname is Mr. Alaska, we don't like him. All right, we don't trust you, Mr. Alaska. And even when he fought Jalen Fuller before he got that one hitter quitter, he got twice. So I don't think Trey Waters is any good. Honestly, I think maybe he has the edge in certain categories here, but I think Billy Goff, as long as he doesn't get finished early, I think he's going to win. I think he could even get the TKO at plus 300, but I'm going to take a money line just like you are. Let's go.
Let's go. I like it. Goff money line. You know what? I'm changing my mind. There you go. Changing my mind on you. Sorry to do that to you. But sorry about it. How about we're going to go Goff TKO plus 330.
Let's go.
I might bet that in my private life as well.
Goff money line for you. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know. I just looked at my card. I don't have enough long odds. I think the longest odds I have are plus 125 on the whole card. I was like, you know what? Enough's enough. Stop betting like a coward. Take some shots down the field. Not just gonna dink and dunk all night. Throw something down the field, pussy. So now that's what I'm gonna do. Plus, you were getting plus 140, so that's not a bad line either, though. How about it? Let's keep it moving, ladies and gentlemen. We got. Wow, is this it? No, we're not there yet. My boy Juicy just said is next, but Jake Hadley, he's fighting Charles Energy Johnson. Good for Mr. Energy getting out of the Apex. I'm happy for him.
After he's fighting at home.
After he smoked Moxham. That was, that guy was a fraud, but let's keep it moving. Jake Hadley was a guy who had a lot of hype around him and then lost a few times and kind of realized where it's like, maybe he's not as good as we thought he was going to be. Cody Durden, Russell fucked him pretty bad the last time out. He's only beaten, the Mitch Raposos of the world and Carlos Candelario, Malcolm Gordon. So really, we don't know what we have in Hadley, but he's a favorite here at minus 145. I don't know about this, Ty. I think I like Charles Johnson here.
It's tough. I mean, Johnson's the vet. He's 6 years older. He's fighting at home. He's bigger. Coming off a big upset, right?
Yeah.
Against a guy who was probably a better striker and grappler in Azat. I think he's got good cardio. He's fighting at home, like I said. Takedown defense isn't great, but he scrambles well. He gets up well. I think Hadley's wins are just, like you said, not great. Decent striker, nothing crazy. He is an aggressive submission grappler. Good sweeps. Had Durden in an armbar. That looked pretty good. But he doesn't even have any takedowns in the UFC. Also, his defensive wrestling isn't that good. Mitch Raposo was taking him down. I think I like Charles Johnson here.
Yeah.
I think I like Charles Johnson money line. I think he wins a close fight, but I think he can win the big moments. I think maybe he can even get a takedown. I know it's not really his strong suit, but he definitely has to watch himself playing around Jake Hadley's guard. He likes throwing up triangles, triangle arm bars, guillotines, all the stuff. But
all the
he
stuff
gets it done. All the stuff. All the things. I think Charles Johnson gets it done. If he doesn't win this one, he's definitely going on the DNB.
Yeah, I listen. Jake Hadley's good, and there's a possibility that this is kind of like a Chase Hooper spot where out of nowhere he just makes a leap and bound and knocks out. I don't know. I like to bet the vet every once in a while to, I bet too many of these young guys and then they get taught lessons by guys who are older than them who have fought more tough guys and who, like, at least the very at the very least, Charles Johnson is going to be in the fight, and he's not going to get finished or kind of just quit on me. So I feel good. Charles Johnson, money line, plus 120. What are you taking? You taking the same thing?
Yep.
Love it. Love it. And we keep it moving to the next one. Juicy Giuseppe. Kevin Jose getting in there against Jared Gordon. Oh, God. Jared Gordon. Jared Gooden. Gooden. My bad. I mistake this gentleman for Night Train Gooden. Night Train Gooden had a he was in the UFC, and then he kind of had to get sent away for a while. He got knocked out by Impa Kasaganai on the on the regional scene. He killed a guy named Doug Usher.
Yep.
DeMarcus Jackson, he stomped him. But that's pretty wild finish that I'm seeing on here. And then I guess he fought Carlston Harris and missed weight, and then he beats Wellington Turman, which actually is a good win in the grand scheme of things. Too. Yeah. Mr. Giuseppe is coming off of his win against the boy, Kiefer Crosby, and then went out there and beat Keenan Song, or Song Kanong, depending on who you ask how to say that gentleman's name. This fight screams stay away with Giuseppe and a minus 225 favorite tie. Is Giuseppe going to get Gooden out of there?
He might. It seems like Gooden's kind of hittable, but he hasn't been knocked out that many times. Not like Malcolm Gordon. I think I confuse the two a little bit sometimes. Also, I think Gooden gets tired quick, cardio issues, decent grappling, but defensively not very good. Does have some early knockout upside, I would say, but Giuseppe's bigger. Gooden actually has the longer reach. I like Giuseppe's, like kickboxing. I think he's kind of low volume, but I think he's decent. It's good pace. He also has a judo background, but I think it's kind of generic where it's just jab, calf kick, jab, calf kick, jab, calf kick. Just a little bit basic, but it works. He's, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Very systematic. I think he has a little bit of tall man defense to him. So I didn't see an upset here, but I'm not a big Gooden fan. I'm not a backer, so I think Giuseppe wins the decision. Maybe he gets him out of there. Maybe he could choke him out. He choked out Crosby. I don't think many people saw that coming. So I kind of think anything is possible. Anything is live. Anything is possible for this fight. I got Juicy Giuseppe for sure.
All right. You're not taking anything on the card, though?
No, sir.
That's a smart man right there. Let's keep it moving. Last fight of that we're going to talk about. First fight of the night. J.J. Aldrich. Everyone, people are screaming and throwing their hats in the air all over the globe. This fight against Veronica Hardy, formerly Veronica Macedo, I believe, right? Was her original name. She changed it. Yeah, she changed it. No, I'm just kidding. She got married. She's coming off of a win against Jamie Lynn Horth, a decision victory. And she before that beat my girl Juliana Miller, who we haven't really seen, since she got killed by Luana Santos. She really got sent into orbit by Luana Santos. I don't know where they got that Brazilian savage from. But Ty, is there anything here that you would like? This seems like a perfect. This seems like a max play like for you on one side or the other. Veronica Hardy. This is like your kind of fight. Veronica Hardy minus 135. J.J. Aldrich plus 115. J.J. Aldrich is tough, but I don't know. I don't know who I like here, so I'm going to let you lead the way.
Yeah, both fight in close fights. Aldrich has some pretty good solid southpaw boxing. I think she can mix in some takedowns as well. Probably doesn't even know if she could win the grappling exchanges per se. I think. Let's see her grappling experience. Yeah, Na Liang taking her down a couple times. Not great. She was able to take down Blanchfield, which was funny, but obviously she got guillotined, so that didn't work.
Yeah.
She's taken down some ladies before, but all in all, 25% accuracy, 66% defense. And I think Veronica Hardy's kind of all over the place as well, but it's been a tale of two careers for Veronica Hardy. I mean, 5 takedowns in her last 2 fights after 2 takedowns in her last 5 fights before that. So she's always had that submission grappling. She had some early subs on her to her game, but I think all in all, Dan Hardy has really improved her all-around grappling, wrestling, her game planning, her IQ.
Just everything about her game now has structure to it. It seems like so. I don't know how high she could climb. I think she's at kind of like an athletic disadvantage in ways. She's not that big. She doesn't hit that hard. Her striking is just average.
Yep.
But I think she has ways to win a fight. I think she knows how to win a fight. I think Dan can get the best out of her. If it's a close fight going to the third, I think he can squeeze a little bit more juice from that if she's tired at all. If it's a dog fight, we'll see. This is going to be a close one, I think. I'm going to go Veronica Hardy decision.
Veronica Hardy decision is this man's play. I kind of like it as well. I'm not going to stay away from this specific bet here. Yes, I am. Plus 120 for a Hardy decision. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is UFC St. Louis. We're not done yet, though. We are not done yet. Your boy Vasily. Did you say it's a Vasily Lomachenko fight week this week, or were you messing with me?
This is Vasily. This is my friend Vasily.
Hello.
Yeah, he's getting back in there. It's been a while since you've seen Mr. Vasilovich. My phone's dying. I just made this loud random noise in my ear, so that scared me.
Nice.
They're gonna be fighting down under. It's weird that he has to go to Australia to fight George Kambosos. I'm not sure what George Kambosos has to. I don't know what he's doing to get these home arena fights. All these fights in his backyard, especially coming off of that Maxie Hughes win, where he arguably did not win that fight, but that was in the middle of Oklahoma. So maybe he has some pull out there too. I'm not sure what's going on, but ever since that Teofimo win, he's lost 2 of 3. Arguably could have lost all 3. So. Lomachenko's like minus 750. The only problem is Lomachenko's getting a bit old. How old is he now? He's 36.
36, yeah.
His last fight was a year ago when he fought Devin Haney in a fight that maybe he won. Very, 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 very close. I think he's going to roll him. I think he's going to win. He's probably going to win almost every round. Kambosos, I don't know what he has for him. He's going to have to knock him out or something. The rest of the card is not very good. Andrew Maloney, the ghost of Andrew Maloney, I think he's finally waking up from that Junto Nakatani shot a year ago. He's fighting Pedro Guevara, Gibran. I don't know too much about him except that he did lose a split to Carlos Cuadras, who was supposed to be in this fight against Maloney. So we'll see what happens there. I think Maloney probably gets it done, but that chin, you never know. You never know what could happen there. Other than that, I think there's a good fight on Saturday night on DAZN on YouTube. Eduardo Hernandez and Daniel Lugo. So that should be a good fight at 1:30. Other than that, it looks like we're just looking forward to next week.
Yeah.
Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury. That card's not great, but it's decent. Jairo Pataya, the Australian cruiserweight, he's scary. He's getting back in there. And, I think the odds are kind of split on who's going to win this fight for Usyk and Fury. Fury, the slight favorite. I'm just going to tell you now, I got Fury. I'm
betting Fury big time, though, if these odds stay the way they are.
The size advantage is going to matter. It's going to matter. 6'8" versus 6 foot, I like Usyk, but I think his game is tailored to fighting guys similar in size. Being that big, I mean, we'll see. Fury's, he's always, like you like to call him, a booze bag sometimes.
He is a booze bag.
We'll see which version of him shows up. We haven't heard much from him lately. I guess that's good, right? He's not being a psychopath.
No, I think that the best thing that could have happened for this bet that we're gonna bet is that Ngannou fight last time. Like he was embarrassed. He did that. He was mad that happened. That he didn't take Ngannou seriously. You could tell he wasn't in great shape. He thought he was just gonna walk through him, and then Ngannou was knocking him down and making him look stupid and shit like that. It's not going to let that happen again, and he probably lost that fight too, or close to it, I guess. It was close enough where it was a split decision, and he lost the visual of it. I guess I should say he didn't. It didn't look great coming out, win or loss, but yeah, I think you're going to get the best version of Tyson Fury next weekend. But we will have a full conversation about that next week. Do we have UFC next week? Just to give a slight preview. Do we have?
That's actually a good question. I feel like we don't.
What
do I know?
I feel like it is a week off, but I'm not.
Maybe the 18th, right? Let's see.
No, we do.
We do, yeah. And then we have a week off, and then 302. So it's Barbosa Murphy. Lerone Murphy, Edson Barbosa main event. I mean, sure, why not, right? Chaos Williams, Carlson Harris co-main event.
That's
Sure,
I mean, it's
I
not
guess.
bad, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, God, Angela Hill and Luana Pinheiro. Okay. Really dropped. So, Veniscus Salvador and
that's-
Adrian Yanez is nice. That's actually interesting. Emily Ducote, I know you said she was going to be the next Ronda Rousey. Vanessa Demopoulos.
Sure.
Brahmaj.
Yeah,
Themba,
this card looks pretty bad.
Thanks for the house, Dwayne Johnson, Greenbow.
I think that the return of Abus and Tom
Nolan. All right, yeah, let's get out of here.
This card's pretty nice.
Yeah,
dude, Antonio Tricoli is on this card. That is Mackenzie Dern's new boyfriend. So I wonder why they signed him. Also, he fought in Contender Series, and that fight got overturned because he pissed hotter than lightning. So I guess welcome back. Part 2. Let's run it back. He's fighting my boy Umar C, the French fellow who I think he was in KSW. So that's gonna be interesting to see who wins that fight. Battle of the juice heads, if you will. Yeah.
Oh my God, the steroid
battle, the PED battle.
Yeah, pissing through metal cups. All right. Thanks for coming, everyone. Thank you for listening. This has been the Shoulder Strikes MMA podcast brought to you by the Hot Take Hotbox. My name is Matt McSweeney. His name is
Ty Capone, and as always, free Big Baby Davis.